so cruel and bleak.
You've got to be kidding me, dude. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Croc Watch. We're not done yet. We're not done. We're not done with the coping. It's just, it's gonna keep going. We just came off the heels of the Donkey Kong Bonanza Direct, which is already an insane thing to say out loud. There was a Nintendo Direct focused specifically on a big, bold, brand new, ambitious Donkey Kong game, and it looks so freaking insane, dude. This game looks absolutely incredible. I just cannot wait. I can't wait to get my hands on this game. But before we dive into the whole entire Direct, we'll go through it step by step. We'll take a look at all the things. And actually, before I even say what I was about to say, I am trying to hit 50,000 subscribers before Donkey Kong Bonanza comes out. I'm here. I'm covering all things Donkey Kong Bonanza in the lead up to its release 1 month from now. So if you're new here, please hit that like button and subscribe for me. I would really appreciate your help in getting there. We're getting so close. We're getting really close now. Okay, guys, we're gonna look at everything here, okay? But first, I know why you're all here. We gotta get our coping out of the way, okay? It's time to cope. And I got a little smorgasbord of cope here for you today. The cope ain't over, man. The cope ain't over till the fat croc sings. And the best part about this Donkey Kong Bonanza Direct today is that not only did this Direct not outright deconfirm anything related to our Croc King, we actually got some stuff that just continues to play into his favor. I need a hit of cope here for a second. Give me 1 sec. Oh, so let's walk through it, shall we? Obviously, right here in the very beginning.
When the world felt so cruel and bleak.
Right here, right off the rip, I just could not believe it. When the world feels so cruel, and when it felt so cruel! Nintendo, you can't just do this to me. You can't just do this to me right off the rip. What were you thinking? Now, I know a lot of you out there already might be thinking, dude, Al, this is such a reach. What is wrong with you? You've had way too much copium. It's time to put it away, Al. You're addicted. We're taking it from you. We're calling the Drug Addicted Association and getting you some help. Listen, man. Okay, Mario Odyssey had Jump Up Superstar. The lyrics of that song directly reference the story of that game and various elements of the, just the game itself, going all the way to the moon, in the big wide wacky world. You gotta jump up to the sky oh so freaking high, I don't know. I don't know how I don't know how it goes off the top of my head. Already! Right off the rip!
The world felt so cruel and bleak.
Look, I'm just saying. So we're gonna jump ahead here. We're gonna take a look at Voidco, who we got a big, full, actual reveal for who each of these guys are. So the big guy here, his name is Grumpy Kong. That's pretty fun. Then there's Poppy Kong and Void Kong. Now, what's interesting about each of these characters is just their names. Their names, first of all, okay? Grumpy Kong and Poppy Kong, they fit with the established Kong naming conventions. We've got like Donkey, Diddy, Dixie, Kitty, Cranky, Funky, Swanky, Candy. They all got those kinds of names, Grumpy and Poppy, they fit right in there. Then there's Void Kong over here, and he's just kind of a little bit of an oddball. Something ain't quite right there. As this Direct has showed us and established, transformations are a huge part of the game. It's a huge part of what this game is. Straight down from Odd Rock being Pauline, to Donkey Kong getting these crazy bonanza transformations. Clearly, it's a very deep core mechanic of the game and seems to have some significant plot relevance. So why am I bringing this all up? Well, another thing I'd like to mention is that the Journey to the West connections have only been totally emboldened by this Nintendo Direct today. I am full on locked in on the Journey to the West thing for this game. Don't Mind Joe. There's my shout out for him. Don't Mind Joe. Go check out his YouTube channel. Go give him a like and subscribe. subscribe. Check out his video on the Journey to the West thing. I'm pretty freaking convinced that he absolutely hit that nail right dead on in the head, man. Donkey Kong is transforming in this game like Sun Wukong. He transforms into various animals, and he can do so seamlessly, just like Sun Wukong in the Journey to the West myth. It's actually unreal. Pauline being the Tang Sanzang stand-in here that Donkey Kong needs to escort in the Journey to the West. Or in this case, they're kind of mixing Journey to the West with like Journey to the Center of the Earth. As we've discovered is, you know, that's what Voidco is after. They're trying to get to the center of the Earth because supposedly there's some magical artifact down there that can grant them a wish. And that's what they're after. Pauline's trying to get back to the surface. Donkey Kong wants more bananas. Big shocker. And then we got the Void guys over here. What could they possibly be wishing for? Well, don't know. Hard to say. But I wanted to draw attention to Void Kong here. Void Kong, it does not fit with those naming conventions that we just talked about for the Kong characters. The six-eared macaque, yes, I found out how to pronounce it now, macaque, in the Journey to the West myth. Using the power of Banandium, that is what grants Donkey Kong the ability to transform in this game. Actually, let me throw this in there first. Okay, so the Banandium gems, it's now been shown to have transformative powers. That's what helps Donkey Kong transform in all these different animals. The six-eared macaque, his whole thing in the Journey to the West, let me just read it. Let me just read it off of Google here. He's a powerful being who can mimic the Monkey King Sun Wukong. Six is often depicted as a rival or antagonist attempting to usurp Wukong's role or exploit his weaknesses. Guys, do you notice the details on this Void Kong fella? He shares some striking resemblances. If you really take a look at his details, you know, he does have some strikingly similar design connections to none other than King K. Rool himself. The bulging, bloodshot eyes. He's got the golden teeth and the golden vest, which, you know, maybe could be stand-ins for his crown and big belly. He's got the sharp claws. Yes, I am suggesting that Void Kong is King K. Rool in disguise. This is his disguise for this game. He is a red herring. He is a fake out boss, leader, whatever, for the Voidco crew. To add on to this further, take a look at what Grumpy Kong is building over here. Why is he cooking this? Why is he cooking a big crocodile stone structure thing? They're monkeys. What is he doing? What? The crocoid enemies just continue to make appearances alongside the Voidco crew, and it's just so weird. It doesn't make any sense thematically. If you look at how Nintendo creates their enemies, their bosses, and enemy factions and stuff, thematically, they all work together. Voidco being a bunch of monkeys, and their right-hand henchmen are crocoids? Something ain't adding up there. Something's a little weird. Is this a reach? No! I don't think so. I'm telling you guys, no, it's not, okay? All right? You have permission to still be excited for King K. Rool, potentially. And if I'm wrong, come yell at me in the comments when the game releases. But the fact that there's such a strong transformation element in the core of this game, it's not at all a stretch to me to think that the main villain of the game would also be utilizing a transformation technique as a way to swindle and deceive. And K. Rool's whole thing is faking characters out. Hell, it's even possible that Grumpy Kong and Poppy Kong over here are Kremlings in disguise. That might be a little more reachy. I don't know. But I will say, at the very least, this guy, like, Void Kong, man, like, the name doesn't even make sense. Like, the name doesn't make sense with the Kong naming convention. Something's off. And of course, as something that we theorized in an earlier video from like a month or two ago, the goal of Voidco is to get to the center of the Earth, the core of the Earth. Crocodile core? Crocodile core, is that a possibility? We're not done yet, and I'm saving a strong piece of evidence for the very end of this little section of the video, so stick with me. So they announced new amiibo for this game. Gonna be a Donkey Kong and Pauline amiibo, but they also showed that the rest of the DK series amiibo are compatible with this game, including none other than King K. Rool. It's very suspect. Okay, now time to get down to the meat and potatoes. Okay, here's Here's what you wanna hear. This is what I wanted to hear after today's direct, okay? So I was talking with my DK crew, the Kong Compendium, Skips, Don't Mind Joe, and Professor Chops, and Skips linked us to this tweet from Reese of Kiwi Talks. I'll be the first to openly admit, I don't know a whole lot personally about the guy. This is the first that I've heard about him, but according to Cotrello of the Kong Compendium, he's a pretty well-respected game journalist. He doesn't sensationalize, he just shares the facts. The guy knows Grant Kirkhope and most of the retro developers who made DKC Returns and Tropical Freeze. He's also gotten scoops, like at one point early in Tropical Freeze's development, they were thinking about alien invaders as enemies because of how DK punched the moon in Returns. Supposedly Kiwi also mentioned about the canceled retro game way before there was footage leaked, and then of course the footage proved him 100% right. So it seems like the guy is notable and respectable. He's got some good info, and he shared a little nugget on Twitter yesterday that was very interesting. He said, DK Bonanza is being developed by a new team that was spun off from the Odyssey team. There are a lot of younger devs on the Odyssey team that grew up playing the DKC games and wanted to make one. I've heard the Kremlings are making a return. 3D Mario is still on the way. He's heard that the Kremlings are making a return. Very interesting. In the replies, he responds to a comment saying, bro, how do you know all this stuff? I'm jealous. If this is true, I'm more optimistic. And then he responds and says, I've spent years now interviewing devs, so you form connections. Even a lot that I know, but don't wish to do interviews. That's all it is. I don't chime in with a lot of insider info because I can't guarantee it's 100% correct, and mainly do it to keep expectations in check. Plus, it's better if people are surprised. There is some narrative online that Nintendo doesn't like the Kremlings because they are associated with Rare, and Retro weren't allowed to use them in their games, which is BS. Hence, why I mentioned the Kremlings. As of now, this is still developing, but man, that is some interesting insight, you know? He doesn't like to divulge much and raise expectations. He wants to keep expectations in check, but he's also mentioning the Kremlings. I don't know. It's very interesting, and on top of everything else, it's just, wow. Okay, so I think that brings us to the end of the K-Rool coping session. The section of this video of K-Rool copium. Let's talk about the actual direct now. Let's talk about the game. Okay, so I want to go back to the beginning here. First of all, this opening sequence to me is hilarious. I'm just gonna say it.
When the hole looks so dark and deep, I was scared alone.
Like, I can feel from the lyrics of this song that there's probably a lot of, like, emotional weight and resonance behind this. But the way that they, like, present the video footage itself, like, the way that it just is playing here with, like, the desaturated colors and whatnot, it feels like a memorial service for Odd Rock. Which is just kind of funny and fitting because, yeah, it kind of turns out Odd Rock was a little bit, you know, a lot of bit. He was a total red herring and actually isn't even going to be involved in this game, probably beyond the very beginning. Because it turns out, yes, the theory that we all had in mind, Odd Rock actually is Pauline, which just throws a whole bunch of questions out into the world, but I just want to mention first, man, it kind of stinks. It just kind of stinks that Nintendo screwed up and leaked this way ahead of time. Because, man, this would have been a mind-blowing, like, what the fuck kind of moment during this direct, you know what I mean? Would have been like, what? Odd Rock is Pauline? It's still very cool. And the way that they went about presenting this whole thing was just awesome. Like,
It's no rock at all. It's actually a talented young singer named Pauline!
Yeah, they mentioned Odd Rock's the talented young singer, Pauline. Why is Pauline young? What is going on here? None of this makes any goddamn sense to me, but I'm very intrigued. I've seen a lot of speculation that, like, this game is just kind of a prequel to the events of the entire Donkey Kong series, like, to the arcade games and everything. But that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because we have dialogue directly from Cranky acknowledging his rival in Mario from the arcade Donkey Kong games, and that is Cranky Kong. And then, of course, We have Donkey Kong, and Diddy Kong, and Dixie Kong, and it's all very confusing.
My head, it very hurts. Oh, I get it. Oh, it hurts. Oh, my brain.
Donkey Kong just wants bananas. And Pauline wants to find a way back home to the surface.
So Donkey Kong wants bananas. Pauline wants to get the fuck home. My theory here, my theory about Pauline in this game, because yeah, I mean, it's straight up Pauline. It's not Pauline Jr. It's not Pauline's niece. It's not Pauline's sister or other relative. It's Pauline. I'm just thinking that, like, she must have had some kind of spell or something placed on her by Voidco that just de-aged her. That's my guess. I don't know what else it could be, but the fact that there's like some actual story significance going on here with this game is very cool, and I can't wait to find out what the heck is going on. To add on to the idea that it's a de-aged Pauline, I noticed that the jeans she's wearing, they're like big and baggy and they're rolled up at the bottom, almost as though maybe she's been like shrunken down, and like you can tell she's got like her red dress too, and it looks all torn up. So I don't know, I'm thinking something's going on here, obviously. But my guess is de-aged. Don't know how that'll play out, not sure what to expect from that, but that's the guess. And yeah, as we speculated and theorized in earlier videos, the goal of the game is to get to the center of the Earth. Apparently, there's a wish to be granted by reaching the planet's core. I'm just saying, the crocodile core thing, it's very peculiar, very interesting. Crocodile core, got some great power to it. Is it far-fetched to think that there's still some power left lingering down there that could grant them a wish? I don't know. Could explain why Voidco and maybe Void Kong K. Rool over here wants to get back down there and get their hands on it. And I'll have more on that in a minute. I also just want to mention the fact that, like, wow, I mean, DK and Pauline, they're really gonna have like a Sully and Boo kind of dynamic here, or like a Wreck-It Ralph and Vanellope kind of thing. Probably closer to like Sully and Boo, because it seems like, you know, they get along pretty well. They're gonna form some kind of connection over the course of this game, and man, I could just see the potential for this to get really emotional in the game's ending moments when you know, they go to part ways or something like that, you know? Various high stakes moments that could take place over the course of the game. Oh, I don't know if my heart's ready. Let's move on. I love it though, I love it. So yeah, there's all kinds of different layers that they're talking about here that you're gonna explore on underground. I think we only really got a glimpse at like one brand new layer from this trailer, so that I'm hoping there's still more that they've held back. They're holding back for this game. I'm assuming there probably is. Can't imagine it's 3 or 4 layers and then that's it for this game. I know that risks setting myself up for disappointment, but I do think there's probably a little more to it. And we gotta look at the destruction elements again and a little bit about Donkey Kong's movements. DK just looks like so much fun to control in this game. They did a really nice job with the movement from what I'm seeing here. I can't wait. He looks just like so much fun to control. You can see there's like different chunks of material that you can mess with and play Donkey Kong Minecraft. So that's pretty cool. Turf surfing just looks like a ton of fun. Just looking at barrel through these enemies, that just looks like so much fun, man. Of course, you can make music. Pauline and DK, they sing together. How cute is that? They use it to break seals. They break seals! Just like Tang Sanzang and Journey to the West. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there. Subscribe to Don't Mind Joe.
Ground World.
Of course, we get this rendition of Island Swing 2, which is just so good. I love it. But right at the beginning of that, I totally missed this on the first watch, and it is a blink and you'll miss it kind of moment. If we pause on this screen, you can look way down over here. I mean, for sure we got Rambi. There's actually 2 different Rambis, 2 different rhinos. But then just over here, you catch a glimpse of Dixie Kong. It's very, very easy to miss. There's a little bit more of her up ahead. But over here in the background, we got like the save barrel, the progress barrel from Donkey Kong Country. Very cool, very neat. They got this giant trophy up here with Diddy and Dixie's heads plastered on it, and an arena in the background over here that it looks like it says like Diddy and Dixie Double Trouble, maybe referencing Dixie Kong's Double Trouble. Pretty cool. Rambi something, Rambi, I don't know, I can't tell what that says. Rambi Arena, let's just say that. We got another look at this like espresso ostrich looking character. There's like a whole layer dedicated to these guys. It's pretty cool. Zebras too, there's a zebra layer. Looks like Marty from Madagascar. Of course, the official unveiling of Cranky Kong and Rambi, also very cool. Very happy to see this old cranky guy back in action. And Rambi with his rare design. It's his straight up rare design. They didn't even go with the Retro Studios design. So they're really harkening back to it. I love it. And for some reason, Cranky Kong, I don't know. He didn't get a design update. He's too stubborn to be updated, you know? He's stuck in the past. I don't know if that was intentional. I don't know if that was supposed to be an intentional meta thing. But if it was, it's brilliant. I love it. It fits so well. It fits so well for Cranky. Then we discover that it's not just one giant old monkey guy. There's elders in general in the underground. And someone pointed out to me, this old ostrich-looking guy, man, is this Espresso? Is this potentially Espresso? Look, he's got the same sneakers. I don't know if this was just like supposed to just be a fun nod in reference to Espresso, or if this is Espresso and Father Time hasn't been too kind to him. I don't know. Poor fella. And they possess ancient bonanza powers. Interesting. So Pauline has a singing power, apparently. She sings for these old crusty guys, and it makes Donkey Kong transform. How very interesting. That brings me back to what I was mentioning earlier about Voidco. That's the whole reason that she got wrapped up in all this to begin with. Voidco was probably trying to use Pauline and her singing to be able to get further down into the earth, to unlock the powers of transformation or some crap like that. And yeah, that's what it is. So anyway, Donkey Kong can be a Super Saiyan in this game. I'm not even making this up. He's got the Super Saiyan hair and everything. Donkey Kong is Sun Wukong in this game. He's the goddamn Wukong Goku, whatever you want to call him. This game is Journey to the West, but Donkey Kong. It literally is, straight up. Subscribe to Don't Mind Joe. And these transformations are so cool. Just give you the, like, this is what I was talking about. This is what I've been talking about for months leading up to this. They were hiding a major core mechanic for this game, just like they did for Mario Odyssey. Mario can possess enemies, and Donkey Kong transforms into a Super Saiyan. He can just break everything. It's so cool. And he can transform into all kinds of different things. So I have this theory that there would be animal buddies in this game, and well, I was kind of half right. Except you just are the animal buddy. He can be a zebra. He can like run across the water, crumbling pathways. He can be this goofy looking ostrich thing. He's like the Hulk, but an ostrich. What the fuck? It's so goofy, but I love it. Never in my life did I think I would see Espresso come back in this kind of way.
You can use updrafts to gain more air.
And the music in the background here, oh my god, dude, I cannot wait to hear more of the music from this game. I'll talk about that more throughout the rest of this. You collect gold, that's what the gold does for this game. It builds up your Banergy to be able to transform. So now we have our answer for that. There have been so many different kinds of currencies that we knew about for this game, but we had no idea what any of them would do, and well, now we know. And like, he can seamlessly transform too, Donkey Kong, between each of these different transformations. Again, just like Sun Wukong. It's so nuts. Subscribe to Don't Mind Joe. Now we got a big introduction for each of the Voidco members. Again, you know, we went over that earlier. Very cool. I love how each of them have Kong names. I love how they are Kongs. And then Void Kong, got my eye on you, buddy. You are definitely something. And they're stealing the Banandium, you know, which is a very, K-Rool type thing to do. He's known for stealing bananas. I don't know if you guys were aware of this. And they're going down to the core of the earth. I don't know, I'm just saying.
Core? But no! I'm going with DK, so you just stay away!
I've never been the craziest about voice acting in Nintendo games. It always comes off as kind of corny. This game is no exception. I think it's kind of cool. You know, it doesn't sound bad, but like, yeah, it does sound a little, it's weird. She sounds weird. This just sounds kind of cheesy, but it sounds like she's gonna be yapping a lot throughout this game, so hopefully it won't be too bad. A Donkey Kong game with voice acting. Yeah. Those are two things I never thought would be sandwiched together ever. So like Voidco, you know, their whole thing is that they're locking off roots to get deeper into the earth, apparently.
DK and his pals will come face to face with the enemy's guardian charting these routes.
That was an interesting snippet of dialogue, an interesting blurb there. DK and his pals will come into contact. Pals, that's plural, not just Pauline. So I'm guessing that like Cranky and Ramby and Diddy and Dixie might be tagging along for the adventure too in some shape or form. More on Diddy and Dixie in a bit. Yeah, these new power-ups, man. I mean, this shit just looks like so much fun. Breaking and bashing these guys up. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Blue time-limited battles.
And then we got another rendition of the Island Swing. Oh my god, it's so good. That's so good. There's different challenges to complete, like, you know, beating up enemies in a certain time frame. Very similar to the challenges from DK64. Challenge courses that require, you know, some outside-the-box thinking, which I'm very excited for. This one looks pretty cool. And of course, the side-scrolling stages. I mean, this is just straight-up minecart madness here, which is awesome. These ones I'm probably the most excited for because, well, I just love Donkey Kong Country. Those, you know, seeing throwbacks to those games is just super awesome. We've got Bramble Blast. This is one that I suspected that if there were more levels referencing the old games, we would absolutely get, and yep, sure enough, here it is. Bramble Scramble. I really, really, really hope we get a new version of Sticker Brush Symphony for this game. That would be so cool. Got an arcade DK level reference here. Very cool. I love how this game is just tying together all the different eras of DK. I don't know what's going on here, but I like it. Here he is breaking up a arcade girders. Very cool. Another crazy reveal is that this game has a whole skill point system. What the heck? You can use them to increase your health, your punch power, his slaps, and it looks like there's just so many different things here to upgrade too. There's a ton that we don't even see yet. I'm assuming they're probably related to the transformations, you know, the different power-ups. Very, very cool. Like, I'm so in love with it, man. I'm so in love with this whole thing, everything I'm seeing here. Oh my god. The level of progression. This game is going to be so much fun, bro! Look at him surfing on the water! You can get Banandium chips, and then you go trade them in, and you get another Banandium thing, which, you know, which is then applied towards skill points that power you up. You get the gold, which, you know, not only does it power up your Bananergy, you can use to trade for stuff. Stuff in the stuff shop. Fossils that you can use in style shops. Style shops! Okay, it's funny. Whenever I was first watching this direct, I saw these outfits over here, and I'm like, hey, man, I don't know, is Donkey Kong gonna fit into that? That's a little weird. I don't know. And then, of course, immediately after, I realized that, like, oh, no. Of course. You get to customize Pauline, too. It's not for Donkey Kong. Goofy-ass me. But I love it. I love it so much. You can customize Donkey Kong. You can customize him. You can customize Pauline. Holy shit. Holy shit. It just looks like so much fun. They have different stats. What the hell is going on with this game? You can get stats, man. You can get stat boosts from the clothes that you wear. You can change the color of DK's fur. You can wear all kinds of pants and ties. What is this game? Of course, you got the Northern Hemisphere map with the fossils. Shows locations of more fossils. Good stuff. You can take a look at the fossils that you've collected too. Also very cool. Completing this game is going to be one hell of a task. I can already tell. It's gonna be like Mario Odyssey. Is what it is, you know? I'll take it. I guess it's more stuff to do, which is exciting either way. So I'll take it. And carve out a place to go to sleep. Sure, yeah, I'll take it. I want to take a nap in the Donkey Kong game. Get a music player.
When it comes to moving between layers,
you got the DK rap in here. Awesome. Needs to be. So glad to hear it back in action. And the fact that you go around collecting music discs in this game, dude, there's gonna be so much music from across the DK series in this game, and I just cannot wait. I hope it's more than just like, you know, straight up rips of the songs and they actually did some new arrangements, because I want to hear them. I want to hear it all so bad. You got your eel pal, and I guess he can take you to different layers of the earth, and like, man, you know, if we're taking a look here, like, these are just 3 different layers that they showcased here, and if they're spaced that far apart, it looks like there might be a good amount of layers to dig through in this game, man. I think there's gonna be a lot going on. And up here, you know, we see that's Ingot Isle, so this is directly down from the surface. There's so much. I can't wait. I don't know how else to put it. I'm excited. Of course, there's a photo mode. Gotta be a photo mode. Gotta have a photo mode in new Nintendo games. That's just the way it is. the free thumbnail maker by Nintendo. Thanks so much. You just know people are gonna be using the shit out of this. I guess I probably will too. Some 2-player co-op stuff is actually kind of crazy because you can actually pair it up with the Switch One as well. You can game share to a Switch One. Really wacky stuff, actually. It's probably not a feature that I will use because, you know, it's pretty basic, as they usually are in games like this, but it's fine. And for some reason, you can paint sculptures in this game? I don't know. Okay, sure. Why not? It's an interesting feature, I guess. I don't know if it's one that I see myself messing around with too much, but yeah, not something I would have ever guessed as a feature for this game. And oh my god, why do you do this to me, Nintendo? Of course there's gonna be a new amiibo, because of course there is. So I guess I'm gonna try to get my hands on this. You can give her her diva dress. So there it is. And then yes, of course, like I mentioned earlier, got a lineup of DK amiibo that are compatible with the game, including K. Rool. That's suspicious. It's suspicious to me. And then, you know, here on the amiibo screen, you know, when you see these gold Kong letters drop down, you also see Diddy Kong and Dixie Kong hanging out here. I don't know what they're doing their taxes or something. They're tax experts now. I guess that's what they've decided to do post country. This is their new gig now. Other amiibos are compatible too, so I guess that's kind of neat for people who care about that sort of thing.
Look at us, DK. I love to sing more than anything. I have this dream. Oh, maybe if we get to the surface, you and me, we can make it more than a dream. We're breaking through, down to the core. No stopping us, not any. Get him, DK! Inside the zone, I found the key.
Why are they turning Donkey Kong into an anime? I don't know, but it's touching my soul, man. This whole ending, like, song, this whole sequence here, man, it's just getting me right in the feels. It really does seem like there might be something of an emotional element to the story here to get invested in, and I am so here for it. Nintendo, what are you doing to me? What are you trying to do to me with this Donkey Kong game, man? There's Monkey and Bananas, and now there's little Pauline, and she's got a dream to go be a singer, and she wants Donkey Kong to come along. I can't wait. And then you got Diddy Kong and Dixie Kong. There's like a whole Rambi section here, it looks like. So I'm glad that they have some significance other than doing your taxes. That's very cool. This is probably where that Rambi N64 theme comes into play. You got like Donkey Kong racing in Donkey Kong Bonanza. Who knew that they would resurrect that game through Bonanza? That's awesome, though. I'm so glad to see them here. It was a pretty unceremonious reveal of these guys. I mean, they did a whole Cranky Kong and Rambi reveal, so why nothing for Diddy and Dixie? I don't know. They're holding back. And that's pretty much my takeaway from this entire direct presentation today. They showed us a lot. They showed us so much to wash away all the doubts about this game. In my opinion, I think it looks like so much fun, but I think they're holding back some things still. Maybe not like super highly, insanely significant things or anything. I think like the biggest elements to get us excited to play this game are now out there. They're on the table after this direct. But I think there's things that they're still keeping close to their chest, and I'm so excited for that. I'm so glad. Feels like a while since we've had a Nintendo game that hasn't just come out and spoiled everything before release. That being said, I guess there is a chance that they could drop like another trailer or something like that before this game releases. I mean, we're 1 month away. I guess there's nothing stopping them from showing some more. Honestly though, I would be perfectly satisfied if this is all they showed us. Like, I'm ready now. I'm ready to wait for this game. Guys, you know, I mentioned it on stream yesterday. I mentioned that if King K. Rool wasn't in this game, I think I would be disappointed, and it would be my own fault. It would be my own doing. I'm setting up my own downfall there. But after this direct today, like, look, I'm just gonna say it. K. Rool or no K. Rool, I think I'm gonna love this game, okay? I think I'm gonna love it. It looks so good. This might even end up being my favorite Donkey Kong game, man. It looks so good. Donkey Kong is back! Nintendo! You crazy bastard, you did it! It's still so hard to believe, but it's real. We're not living in a fantasy. We're not coping over the idea of a Donkey Kong game anymore. It's here. I'm ready. I'll be here day one. guys, I'm gonna stream this. I'm absolutely gonna stream this game when it comes out, and we're gonna enjoy it together, okay? Thanks everybody who tuned into my direct reaction today. I know I did a lot of combing through this trailer during the live stream, and it was a lot of fun doing it with you guys. What do you guys think? Are you excited for Donkey Kong Bonanza? Did this change your mind on the game? Did this switch you from a no to a yes, you're gonna get it? Did it make you more excited if you were already gonna get it? How are you guys feeling about K. Rool? I know there's probably a lot of you who are doubtful after this presentation, but I'm still hanging on. I'm still hanging in there. The cope is real. I'm gonna hang on to it, man. Up until either something totally deconfirms it or the game comes out and he's just not in there. I'm gonna hang on to my hope and my cope. Leave any and all thoughts in the comments below. If you've made it to the end of this video, please hit that like button. If you're new here, subscribe. It helps out. I'm trying to hit 50,000 subscribers before Donkey Kong Bonanza. It would be so cool to do it. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. I'm so excited. Donkey Kong!